Now we are discussing about geometry. We learn the geometry, it always develops logical thinking. For that purpose, we learn the geometry. In geometry, the point, it has no length, no breadth, no height, but it has position, no magnitude also. It is said to be a point. It has no length, no breadth, no height, no magnitude, but it has a position and a location. It is always denoted with capital letters A, B, C, D. We can join infinite points like this. Automatically they form a plane. The example for the plane is a blackboard, or a table, or a book like this. These all are examples of a plane. In a plane, we will take all the points like this, then they are called as coplanar points. The points are always lies in the same plane, then they are called as coplanar points. If the points are lies in same straight line, they are called as collinear points. These are called as collinear points. Point A, B, C, D, E, F. So we can join these all in automatically they are in the same straight line. They are called as collinear. Coplanar means all points are lies in same plane. They are called as coplanar. If the all points are lying in the same straight line, this is called as collinear points. These are called as coplanar points. We can join infinite points. Automatically they form the corresponding line. So like this we can join it. It consists of infinite points. It forms a line. Line is always denoted with small letters. Line N, line P, line Q, like this. They are represented in the form of line N. Line means it always consists of infinite points and it always extended on both sides. It always extended on both sides and consists of infinite points. That is called as a line. They are always indicated with the small letters like L, P, Q, R. So they are represented like this. Line N. A line has two end points. It is always said to be a line segment. This is a line. A line has two end points. Then it is called as a line segment. Line segment AB. It is represented line segment AB or line segment BA. One end point, another end point. It has two end points. A line has two end points. It is called as a line segment. Line segment always denoted with capital letters. Similarly, a line has one end point and extend the other side. It is called as a ray. It is AB ray. It represented like this. Union of two rays with a common end point is always said to be or forms an angle. Union of two rays with a common end point forms an angle. So this is one ray. Another ray we can draw like this. So AB is one ray and the AC is another ray. This is one ray, this is another ray. These two rays are meet at a place or having a common end point. This is called as a vertex. This common end point is always to be a vertex. This AB is called as a side or arm, or AC is also called as a side or arm. So generally this ray, AB ray is always said to be an initial ray. It is always rotating in an anti-clockwise direction, and where it can stop, then it is called as a final ray, or it is also said to be final arm or terminal side. This is called as initial side or initial arm. This is called as a final side or final arm or terminal side or terminal arm. So this ray is always rotating in an anti-clockwise direction. If it is rotating in anti-clockwise direction, it always forms a positive angle. it always forms a positive angle. If a ray is rotating in a clockwise direction, this is called as anti-clockwise direction. This is called as a clockwise direction. If it is rotating in clockwise direction, it always forms a negative angle. It always forms a negative angle. So according to the initial side and terminal side, we can divide the angles according to our convenience. So generally, if the angle is always less than 90 degrees, it is always said to be an acute angle. So this is called as an acute angle. If the angle is always less than 90 degrees, the angle is always less than 90 degrees, it is called as an acute angle. Angles are always denoted with theta. Theta value is always less than 90. It is called as acute angle. If an angle is always equal to 90 degrees, that means the theta value is always equal to 90 degrees. The theta value is always equal to 90 degrees, it is called as a right angle. So for example, A, B, C. This is called as a right angle. If an angle is more than 90 degrees and less than 180 degrees, it is called as an obtuse angle. This is an A. So AB is an A and AC is another A. This angle must be equal to more than 90 degrees. This angle is always more than 90 degrees. So theta value is always greater than 90 degrees. It is always said to be an obtuse angle. It is called as a right angle. So it is called as an obtuse angle. If an angle is more than 90 and as well as equal to 180 degrees, it is said to be a straight angle. If an angle is always equal to 180 degrees, it is always said to be a straight angle. It is always said to be straight angle. If an angle is more than 180 and less than 360, if an angle is more than 180 and less than 360, it is always said to be a reflex angle. It is called as a straight angle. A reflex angle is like this. More than 180. Theta value is always equal to 180. It is called as a straight angle. If the theta value is greater than 180 and less than 360, it is called as a reflex angle. If an angle is equal to 360 degrees like this, then it is called as a complete angle. It is always said to be a complete angle. It is said to be a complete angle. So again, I will check. Union of two rays with a common endpoint is always said to be a or forms an angle. So this is always said to be initial side or initial arm. It is always said to be a terminal side or terminal arm. It is also called as a final side or final arm. So this initial ray is always rotating in a anti-clockwise direction like this. It always forms a positive angle. If it is rotating in a clockwise direction, so like this, if it is rotating in clockwise direction, it always forms a negative angle. The angles are always denoted with theta. If the theta value is always less than 90 degrees, it is called as an acute angle. If the theta value is equal to 90 degrees, it is called as a right angle. If the theta value is more than 90 and less than 180, it is always said to be an obtuse angle. If an angle is equal to 180 degrees, that is called as a straight angle. If an angle is more than 180 and less than 360, it is called as a reflex angle. If an angle is always equal to 360 degrees, it is called as a complete angle. Here also, we are discussing about that if an angle, sum of the two angles is always equal to 90 degrees, they are always said to be a complementary angles. Sum of the two angles is always equal to 90 degrees, they are called as a complementary angles. For example, I will give an angle is equal to 20 degrees. Then automatically the remaining angle is 70. Why? Because sum of the two angles is equal to 90. So one angle is equal to 20, remaining angle means 90 minus 70 is equal to 20. Wait now. So 90 minus 20 is equal to 70. Again now. So the sum of the two angles is equal to 90 degrees. They are called as a complementary angles. For example, one angle is equal to 20. Then the remaining angle means 90 minus 20, we will get 70. One more example. We will take one angle is equal to 30 degrees. What is the other angle? So they are said to be complementary. 90 minus 30 is always equal to 60. Another angle is always said to be 60. Similarly, the sum of the two angles is always equal to 180 degrees. They are called as a supplementary angles. Sum of the two angles is always equal to 180 degrees. It is always said to be a supplementary angles. For example, one angle is always equal to 135. What is the remaining angle? That means 180 minus 135. It is always equal to 45 degrees. So, sum of the two angles is always equal to 180. They are always said to be a supplementary angles.